Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Today was something a little different. These little things that you find in campers, you've seen them for about a year now. These tall vertical black mounts. What is that thing? Well, you can see it's got a couple USB plugs, but it's also a mount for a specific Furrion Bluetooth speaker called the Furrion Lit. Now, I've talked about these mid-video a few times, but I've never done a specific thing on just these. I will also admit, I haven't necessarily been super complimentary to the idea of them, because on paper, it is a USB hub that, upon which you can basically mount what I have described very brutally as an overpriced Bluetooth speaker. Well, see, here's the thing. I think it's important to try to learn more and to grow. And that opinion that I had was based on a painful lack of information. So rather than sit there and think that I know everything about everything, which my wife will convey that I do not, and I'm glad for it, I thought, you know what? Here's what I need to do. I basically need to go to Furrion University and learn more about these things. And actually, we're so close. One of the benefits of working with our team here at Haylett RV is the folks at Furrion actually came up to us. They had a demo trailer loaded with things, and I learned a lot, specifically about these cool speakers. And I thought, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to buy one of these things, and I'm going to play with it, and I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to see what it's all about. And I will tell you, I think I was wrong. I think I was very wrong, again, based on an assumption from false or incomplete information. This is a very cool device, and it does a lot more than I thought it did. It's not just a Bluetooth speaker. That's the thing. It has flashlight functions. It has audio alert functions, like if you're lost or something like that, you can basically make it play a sound if there's like a crazy wild animal and you're trying to make a loud sound. There's like different things that it can do, and there's different ways that it can be used. So I thought, let's do something a little different. Let's do one of those fun little internet unboxing videos, and let's look at all the different functions of this thing. And then I'll drop a little link to this thing in the video description so that if you're interested, you can just have one sent right to your house. And if not, here's the cool part. At worst, the little hub where that can mount, it's still a 2-plug USB hub. So there's no real downside to this. It's just the opportunities that it can present you. So bear with me a little bit. I've never really done anything like this. I've never considered myself like a influencer or whatever, although apparently I'm a bit of a hand model today. How about that, right? I think it's cool whenever I get a new thing. Part of like the ritual though is peeling it out of the box. The tactile feel of it, the sound. There is something very cool about the whole experience. It makes it yours. It makes it magic, you know? So I like the packaging, first of all. It keeps this thing nice and protected. Although here's the thing I'm learning more and more about Furrion. They rarely do anything the least expensive way, and I don't think they have any interest in doing things the least expensive way. I think they're more about trying to find a way to do things better, and that sounds like such a piece of cheese that you hear all the time. You hear people say that, but I do think that is what they're doing. Now, here's the fun part, when you actually get to really, you get to do that. You know, like when you get a new TV and you peel that plastic off the first time? That's a cool feeling. So first impressions when you first pull this thing out, it's got a really good hand feel. Like you can grip it in your hand real nice. It's not super duper heavy. It's not super duper light. All these little off color areas too, they have a bit of like a silicone kind of feel to them, but the speaker itself gives this thing a nice grip. Another thing I wouldn't have realized until I got my hands on this is these things back here are rubberized, and they have these little nubs up top, so that when you do set it down, the triangular-ish shape, what's the actual shape of this? It's a rhombus or whatever. You know, the shape of it makes it very sturdy, very stable. If you want to, there's a little, of course I don't have my fingernails here, but there's a little job right here where if you want to hook it to a backpack or something like that, or off a belt loop, you could do that. Have a little lanyard. Now, couple things here. Normally, the way that this is going to charge is you actually just, right there, that's all it takes, and it's charging right now. That's all it takes to get this thing going. But, on the back side here, there's also a set of hubs. If you just like this thing, and you don't have an RV, or you're a tent camper, or something like that, there's still input plugs over here where if you want to, there's a micro USB charging plug. There's also a USB out power plug. This can act like a portable power bank. So if you're going to spend a day at the beach and you want to keep your phone topped off, this can charge this while you're sitting there. So it's just one less thing that you have to go dragging around with you the entire time. And anytime one thing does two things, I think it's a cool thing. And I'm using the word thing a lot, aren't I? But it also has an auxiliary input. So if you have something else where you want to play music through the speaker, you can. Now, I know the whole point of this thing is that the main purpose is that it is an audio device. It is a speaker system. But here's the thing. I have learned that I could play the crappiest sounding speakers or an amazing sounding speaker, which this is, through this camera, and they're all going to sound the same. So this is something I do recommend you get your hands on and experience it for yourself. There's a lot of other cool features. I just want to give you a quick once-over. So it's a portable power bank, it's a speaker, it's an auxiliary input. It also, you click this light, has a pretty aggressive flashlight function. Like one of the fellows was kind of being just funny, going, "Hey Josh, look at this," and I about decked him because it hit, like, it blinded me. I mean, it almost hurt. It was aggressively bright. And I about smacked him in the face to get the light out of my eyes, just reflexive out of survival instinct. So it will light up at night. Also, if you hit like the, I think it's the light and the play button, the instruction manual will tell you, there's sort of like a safety alert thing where if you hold two buttons, it will just start making this incredibly loud sound where, you know, like if you're testing the fire alarm in your house, you plug the ear that's closest to it because it'll just about bust your eardrum. That's just about how this was. But one of the other really smart things Furrion did here is the sound starts low and it swells. So if you bump it or it's in your bag and you hear it start going, beep, 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 you have a chance to get it shut down before it goes crazy loud. And I think that pretty much sums it up. But a couple other observations I had. The shape of this, again, especially with those rubber feet, it will keep it from like wanting to roll around. Like there's a lot of cool circular tube looking Bluetooth speakers out there, but the shape of this, you could just set it on your picnic table and it's not going anywhere. It will stay right where you left it. You could use it to hold the napkins down while you're listening to music. Another thing, so like there's the speaker mount that goes on the camper right here and it starts charging right away like that, which is just cool. But I like to bring my bicycle. We bring our bikes when we go camping. I know a lot of people do that. There is a similar mount system where you can take this and mount it on the handlebars of your bike and basically be able to roll around with music playing. Now, they don't call me Josh the RV nerd for nothing. I am a bona fide dork. And for a long time, I played things like Pokemon Go pretty heavily. And I had a little phone mount on my handlebars for my bike. It would have been awesome to have this sitting right next to it to have some music playing to keep me entertained during that time, although the game itself is entertainment. So just the different ways you can use this. Like I said, you don't have to be an RVer. You could be a bicycle enthusiast. You could be a hiking enthusiast, a tent camper. You could go down, oh, wow, yeah. I was just going to say you could do some kayaking or something like that or some inner tubing, because here's the thing. It is waterproof up to about a meter, which in our American standard units is 3.3 feet, by the way. So I think maybe water resistant is the better way to phrase that. As long as there's not too much water pressure, everything will hold. If you start, you're not just going to like dive into the bottom of your swimming pool or the lake with it. It's going to fail, but it's not made to be an underwater audio speaker anyway. So It's got the dual speaker functionality, so it spreads sound through the entire campsite, speakers on each side. It has the flashlight function. It has the, oh my god, I'm getting eaten alive by a bear function. You can Bluetooth your phone to it. You've got the auxiliary input, the little clip here. It's a portable power bank. It doesn't roll off the picnic table. It's got a good hand feel. I'm a fan. I bought one of these just to kind of see what is it really all about. Frankly, I'm glad I did. This is something I'm definitely taking home. This is something I'm definitely using. I'll have this in my exercise room when I'm working out. I'm going to get one of those bicycle mounts just for riding around with my family. This thing is cool, and it serves a lot of purposes. So, I share a lot of information in my videos. I often have a lot of my own opinion laced into there. I make no qualms about that. A lot of this is my personal opinion, my own personal review. And this is one of those cases where I was wrong. And I was dead wrong. And I don't mind saying it. I think it's more important that a person can admit they were wrong, get information, and be willing to grow than necessarily be right every single time. So if I ever say anything in one of my videos that you're like, I don't know about that, Jack. I'm not sure about all that. Well, that's just like my opinion, man, as the dude would say. So take it all with a grain of salt. Do your own education. Form your own opinion. That's what I encourage. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.